I want to be talking about the Lord bless my haters. And we live in, my brothers and sisters, we're living in a terrible time. Got haters that living in this world amongst us. And how should we in this time handle our haters? Jesus tells us in the book of John, chapter 15, verse 18, he wants us to all keep in mind that the world will hate you because it hated me. The world will not love you. Once you not of it. But he was telling us to keep in mind that if you belong to this world, it will love you as it own. Because people that's are haters of God, they want you not to do what's right. Do not the things of God. They want you miserable and miserable of company, especially in these times we living in. The world did not love him. Instead, they love the things that's in this world. So how do we define a hater? See, a hater is someone that despitefully use us, mistreat us, persecute us. Jesus was saying in Matthew 5:44, but I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, pray for them which despitefully use you. You see, brothers, we be used every time people use us. And people in these times will take your kindness for your weakness. Hey, brother, you got $10 I can borrow. The reason why he asks because he knows that you're gonna give it to him. I want to ask my brother Ricky, man. I see Ricky every day. He goes in the store, man. I open the door for my brother. I want to ask you, you got $10 I can spare, I can borrow. So Jesus continued to tell us, love your enemy. Do good to those who mistreat you. And it's hard. It's hard because I struggle with that as a believer, as a Christian believer. I struggle with that from time to time. I struggle even when I was a Muslim as well. I struggled because I didn't understand how to love my enemy, do good to my enemy, pray for my enemy. And I have worse things that happen in my life that I feel that, you know, I, I feel I have families, and they was families, but they may not be my immediate families. That 39 years of my life that I have a daughter from my baby mama, the mother that brought my daughter in this world, and never throughout these 39 years for my own brother-in-law to get a gun pulled on me. And we sit at the table, we eat at the same table. We share the same house. And all this, my brother and sister, was in front of my daughter. I just didn't know how to go about the situation. And it was hard how to go about it. Because these days and time, people will go about, take matters into their own hands and their own consideration that they will retaliate. But I want to say, if it wasn't for the Lord and me keeping the commandments and me staying connected with Jesus, and if I didn't read scripture and understand that passage that Jesus was saying to love your enemy, do good to them, pray for those, and I wouldn't be the person that I am today. So I want to say to you, brothers and sisters, we have a struggle today. Well, man, I understand most of what the Bible said, but if it's talking about if the enemy slap you, turn the other cheek. And I just got a gun put on me by my brother-in-law at gunpoint. Got pistol whipped to the point that I thought about it. I prayed on it. I want to say to you, brothers, God is a redeemer. And once I understand that, it don't make you a punk. It don't make you a sissy. Once I understand that I render and submitted myself to God and let God handle the situation. Once I understand being a child of God and being a firm believer that in these times is his revenge. Who sends calamity on this earth? Who sends destruction of a day of his judgment? So I want to say to you, brothers, God is going to persecute our haters. It ain't up to us to beat them up, but for us to continue to pray for them. Jesus said, do good to them, even though they will despitefully use you, mistreat you, take advantage of you. You know, and every now and then I get hated on, even if I mind my business. And what is most agitating is ignoring is the fact that you can. Nowadays, you can just mind your business and still get hated on. See, Joseph was hated by his brothers when he was sold. You know, Joseph opened his mouth to his brothers about a dream in which he will reign over them, but he had to learn to shut his mouth because God was using him. And that even though God will use him, you use him to gain control in the land of Egypt. And now he will be a Pharaoh right-hand man. And that his family will come to get cattle, all the fine, good things that Pharaoh had that he mastered over into Joseph. But see, God used you. Even though he used you, there's always going to be someone coming in your life to get you off your course. Just as Joseph was excited and he couldn't stop opening his mouth that God was using him, and his brothers was to a point, well, we don't want to hear no more of what God is using you for. And people, I understand that people will get mad because you can tell someone you got a call in your life that you want to do everything the Lord and gave you. And you may have a testimony you give to someone to tell that person that you have that calling. But I said the world will hate you. Right before you used to be partake, you used to have fun while you was here. We used to drink together. We used to smoke together. Man, we used to go to the club, man. You remember? We used to have our suits on, and we used to be the flyest inside the club, man. Let's look at this life that we was once living, man. And now, man,